Okay, so hopefully this is working. I'm going to do a microphone check. I got my headphones plugged in. The wife is watching. Wife, can you let me know, is the volume of the video too loud? Can you even hear me on this microphone? And is the wind cutting in because it's really blowing? Cool. Good deal. Excellent. Good to know. The wind is so heavy out here that it almost forced my laptop closed. I've got my bottle of water behind it so that it doesn't blow it over this way, and I'm hoping that it doesn't blow it into me. And if the wind blows down this whole thing, it's going to basically shut the computer down and kill the live stream. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I've got my little portable hard drive propped somewhere next to this, like in the wedge, hoping it doesn't shut it. So yeah, so the wife is reporting the wind is a little strong, but there is really nothing I can do. I am in the outdoor office just to take use of the university Wi-Fi, and the wind is so strong out here. There's no place where I can catch a windbreak. I've tried like two different places around the building, three different places, and there's like nowhere. It all funnels right into here. One of the more interesting streams. Freezing my butt off in the wind stream. Yay. But at least I got daylight going for me, so that's good. Okay, cool. Thank you for the update, wife person. Appreciate that. Look, it's the oldest rock in California. I'll leave this open right there. Oh, and also for the wife, there's a donation bin back there. I looked, there's clothes, but not really anything amazing. And in case anybody is watching this in the future, you're actually watching. These are videos from 2017. Pretty much the first year. Well, I don't know if it's the first year. I started doing vlogs maybe 2014, but for a different format of the channel. Maybe about 2015, I started doing vlogs here and there, but 2017 is when everything really started to get serious. Um, and I was just winding up my time in France and things like that. So that's where this collection of vlogs is coming from, 2017. So I figured it'd be cool to actually watch some of these and just sit back and talk with you all while they're going. I got this idea from the wonderful Matt Rogers, who, if you do not know, go over to check out Rants with Rogers. Great guy, good idea. He said, live streaming is the key to get where you need to go in the YouTubes. And I've already filmed a ton of footage, and it's so hard for everybody to watch everything. I figured I'd put it up here and that I would just kind of chat with you all while it goes. Hey, Meryl. I appreciate that, Meryl. Thanks for saying hi. What are you doing? Some cooking today? As you can see, I'm in Scotland still. I'm outside. I have the freezing wind blowing on me. But thank you the other day for showing me how to make fries in the most simplistic manner. I tried making fries before, but I got out the hot oil and everything like that. I didn't even think that you could put them in the oven and just like cook them like that. Ingenious. And actually, Meryl, you might serve as my point of contact here for the U.S. I'm not sure what state you're in, but how is the U.S. doing on lockdown? Are we officially out of lockdown? Are some states still in lockdowns where others aren't? I don't even know. Not as much. So, for those of you watching this in the future, Meryl has a great channel. Actually, hold on, Meryl, do you have a second channel, or did you change your name to Meryl Bliss Cooking? Did I just not notice that, or did you change something on me? But either way, I don't know what the lag time here, but if you all get a chance, Meryl's got a great channel where she's doing cooking slash trying to live daily life during the quarantine. The last episode she put up, or one of the last two, was her going to the dentist, which I appreciated because my very first episode from the whole lockdown, I was actually in the dentist, and I told her that that went smooth, except the other day I got the bill for that. So. Okay, cool. All right, glad to know things are cool in Oklahoma. Meryl is saying, or as I like to call it, and call me a liar if I'm wrong here, Meryl, but is it not Oklahoma? Oklahoma is one of the only states that I've ever driven through where I have seen more tolls than anywhere else. Anywhere. For what it's worth, they're not the most expensive tolls, but they were everywhere. Wind. Okay, so yeah, Meryl. Okay, I thought I was going crazy for a sec. Meryl changed her name to Meryl Bliss Cooking. So if anybody's watching this and wants a really cool YouTuber friend of mine that has many good cooking tips, as I said, like I'm not blowing smoke up your bottoms here. Like she really did show me a way to cook French fries in the oven that I had no idea of. I've done it like other ways, but like I'm talking like potato straight to making like real fries, and they look pretty darn good. So check out Meryl. Well, sorry, Meryl Bliss Cooking because she has changed her name. But well, I'm glad things are going well in Oklahoma. Meryl, is everything like can okay? I guess the thing I want to know, it's 2 videos, 3 videos, whatever videos it was ago. Are you allowed to go to salons and barbershops yet in Oklahoma? Because from what I've heard random elements and just snippets of stories about how like California, where I'm from, is still essentially under lockdown. I don't even know if they're going to end it. Here in Scotland, we're gradually coming out of lockdown as of next week, which is interesting because they've said that golfing is okay, and so St. Andrews is about to get really populated here. Part of me wants to find a set of golf clubs and like run to the golf course and just start playing really quick because normally it costs like 140 pounds to go and do that. But I don't know anybody with golf clubs, and so that's a challenge in itself. But I think I saw in the news they just started drilling the holes. I guess they didn't put in the holes yet because of the lockdown, but they just started doing that. Those things are open. All right. do you have to wear masks to go into places? I've seen people like freaking out on the news on that. And actually, I should also ask, did everybody come out okay on your side, Meryl? Is everybody good? Like, I'm asking all these questions, but really, I just hope everybody's doing okay with you. On my end, I put up a vlog. It's actually coming up today. I found out, like, one of my essential cousins in Mexico actually developed coronavirus, but he's a doctor and works in the hospital and things like that. So, ooh, Meryl says cases are increasing. Yikes. I don't know. I do not know what to think of this. I'm just, I don't know, this whole coronavirus thing. And the scary thing is it even done? What's the status on the vaccine? Who knows? But I'm going to shift to brighter topics. I'm trying to think what else I know about Oklahoma other than it was a musical. What else do I know about Oklahoma? I want to say I should know your state rock or mineral, but I'm not sure. When I was younger, I had to do a report on 50 states, and for some reason, I chose Idaho and Delaware. I contemplated Oklahoma, but I did not choose Oklahoma. I always liked Oklahoma. It's a very uniquely named state. Let me, out of curiosity, verge off for a sec here. Where did they get? I'm assuming maybe it's a Native American word. Where did they get Oklahoma from? Uh, da, 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 da. Hold on. Actually, first off, let's see. Okay, so Oklahoma fact. First off, state mineral is barite. It's also called rose rock. I did not know that. And actually, a couple other things. I want to see where state rock, rose rock. Okay, hold on. Rose rock. Maybe that's the other. What? I'm very confused here. Looks like they're confused on state rock and mineral. Okay, so it looks like this is weird. When it looks like your state rock is rose rock, the mineral is barite, but I don't know if barite's a rock or not. I'll have to look at it. Where does Oklahoma state name information? Where did where did Merrill's state name? State name is a Choctaw word. Okla and Huma, meaning red people. Well, slightly not PC. Interesting. Very interesting. We just learned the where Oklahoma gets its name from. Oh, that's cool, Merrill. I'm glad you actually do know some of the geology around there. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Uh, and as you can tell, I just found out your state's name is not very politically correct, but I guess the Native Americans made the term. So, yeah. Oh man, so much wind. But very cool. Am I wrong on the tolls though, Merrill? You've lived there. You're from there. Should it be named Oklahoma, or is that just me? And while we're on the subject, or not on that subject, but ooh, yeah, Merrill is pretty much saying, yeah, just don't look at the history. Do yourself a favor. I won't. For Merrill's advice. Um, but let me ask Meryl a quick question while she's here, and thanks again for coming out, Meryl. That's awesome that you clicked on this to see what I'm up to. What is going to be your next baking creation? Are you going to do some other spin on the bacon, lettuce, tomato? What do we got going on over on your channel? No. Hmm. Here, okay. Let me make a suggestion, Meryl. And I don't know if you're into this, but this is one of the finest dishes that I had in France, and it was very, very simple. If you can, try and make a dish called aligot. And I've talked about it way, way long ago on my channel before. But basically, I can tell you like potatoes because I saw you make fries. But aligot is the most delicious, creamy mixture of cheese and potatoes. So look it up. You need a very specific type of cheese. I don't know if I've ever saw it in the United States before, but it's called Tom cheese. Baked tofu. That's pretty good. Every time I think of like tofu dishes, though, I have a friend who's like deathly allergic to soy, and I just imagine like it's yeah, soy is in like everything. No, I'll spell it for you. It's spelled and like no lie, no lie, aligo. It's French, so the T is silent. But aligo is like no lie, delicious. It's like my wife and I had it over there, and it's kind of like a wintry French food, but it is. Oh my god! It's just ooh. No, are you vegan? I don't know that. I don't think I've ever asked that. But no, you had a bacon, lettuce, tomato. What am I saying? No, unless it was fakey bakey. Was it fake bacon, or are you a vegan? Well, either way, if you are a vegan, do not do the aligo because it has cheese in it. Of course, cheese comes from cows, milk from cows, so you can't do that. But I'm sure you could get some like fake cheese or some kind of vegan. They make vegan cheese, I'm sure. Yeah, I hope you're looking up aligo though. It's really really good. And usually you serve it with some sort of like sausage. Like where we were at, we served it with Toulouse and sausage because that was the city we lived in, and it was unbelievable. All right, Meryl, no worries. Hey, thanks for staying high. And again, everybody, if you're watching this later on, go and check out Meryl, now termed Meryl Bliss Cooking. Learn how to make her French fries in the oven. Very handy. Thanks for stopping by, Meryl. Appreciate it. Hope you get those errands done, and I hope your state's crazy toll on the coronavirus drops. Yeah, no worries, Meryl. Awesome. Good talking to you. Stay healthy. Now, now, as you can see in the chat, the wife wants sausage. Right. Oh, I remember this vlog. Wife person, if you're watching this, this was the very first thing I wanted when I got back from France. I know it's horrible, not even close to real Mexican food, but it was absolutely when I was living in France, I don't know what it was, but Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. I don't normally eat Taco Bell, but right there, that Mexican pizza is all in France. That's what I crave. They had McDonald's and a couple other restaurants. I think they had a KFC. Yeah, they had a KFC in France, but it was a little tricky to get to it. At least the place where we were in France. But as far as food, I wanted this so bad, the Mexican pizza. It is one of my, since high school, it's been one of my favoriteest foods on the Taco Bell menu. And I think, I gotta say this, I think over the years, all these fast food companies are like starting to cut back and like decrease the amount of things. I don't think the Mexican pizza has been changed too much. The only thing they've changed with it is now they cut it for you, which I don't really favor that. I don't know why they cut it for you now. It's like I'm a big boy, I can do that on wind. Just hold on. Here's what I'm working with. Just look at all that wind. Oh my gosh. That's when I'm sitting here getting blown with. Um what was I even saying? Oh yeah. So so the Taco Bell Mexican pizza, definitely one of my favorite things. I'm not huge into fast food at all, but Taco Bell Mexican pizza is definitely one of the things that I do enjoy. Oh, trying to think. Cinnamon twists are pretty good, but I haven't had them in a while. Top, top three Taco Bell foods now. You got me thinking here. Now, in the vlog in the background now, you're actually seeing the Euro trip that I made my last year in France. But the way it's set up in the playlist, it's going to work back to front of the Euro trip. So this is like the tail end when we were leaving, um, or when Kelly and Shantae were leaving. But it's going to work its way backwards to where they first arrived, and we're right outside the Arc de Triomphe. So I'm still trying to go back and think. I don't know. I guess go back just to finish up the Taco Bell issue here. Mexican pizza definitely number one. Their their regular hard shell taco is probably my number two, and then my number three is probably the bean burrito that they have there, just the regular, not super stuffed like the 99-cent value one. It's not good. It's not good, but just like the Mexican pizza, I've randomly had a craving for it several times in my life, and I don't know why. I guess if you're a vegetarian, it's very easy to do because we're just talking about veganism with Meryl. But if you're a vegetarian, the bean burrito from Taco Bell, always cheap, always good. I think you can get it with rice in it for a few dollars more, but those are my top three. Oh man, remembering that Euro trip, that was crazy. And I can't believe I'm sitting here in Europe now while talking about that Euro trip. Uh, at that time, I thought I was not coming back to Europe for a long time. I thought that I'd actually be in the U.S. without coming back to Europe, and here I am. Right when my wife was ready to leave, we end up with her going to Scotland, and now I'm back in Europe again. I love Europe though. Europe is great. If you haven't ever gotten to Europe, highly, highly recommend it. It's very fun. And it's one of those places, the initial cost of getting over here is a little bit expensive, but once you get here, you can fly bunches of places or even travel to bunches of places. You don't have to fly. The rail system in Europe is amazing. And you can get so many places very, very cheap. All right. I'm going to stretch for a minute. I've been sitting here working, trying to make this computer work. I had it set, before I got the stream running, I had it set to run in private for whatever reason, and now we've gone public. So I got to stretch my back for a minute because I've been hunched over typing at the keys. So, all right. All right. That felt better. I don't know. Lot of wind. I don't know how well that helped my back, but I heard my neck crack in like two places, so that was good. And newsflash, the wind still hasn't died down. Every time I'm over here, it's always sunny out, and it looks like it's going to be really warm, but it's just so windy and cold. Ah, man. Oh, and I forgot my gloves again, but whatever. I got pockets. They're fine. was actually super pleased with this edit. The edit where it zooms out from the painting. I had some pretty artsy edit. Uh, I had some pretty artsy edits at the Palace of Versailles. And actually, uh, when Kelly and Shantae are talking here, it's really funny because this is the Palace of Versailles. And it's pronounced Versailles, but in Kentucky, in Louisville, where they're from, there is Versailles Road, but everybody calls it Versailles, so that's what they're making fun of. Yeah, these gardens were amazing. That shot's like not even doing it justice. And it's just so big. Poor Kelly had a foot injury, and walking around this place, you could rent a golf cart if you wanted, but they were such a ripoff. That was a pretty good joke. Oh, those stupid crutches. You'll see that in another part of the next video. Oh, yeah, and I kind of stepped on her foot. Oops. Oops. But those stupid crutches, like when we took Kelly to the hospital to get her foot fixed, they didn't even give her crutches. I had to go across the town. We got them in, we're in France now, but during the video, before a couple before this, we were in Budapest. And I had to walk across Budapest where I don't know any Hungarian. And I had to try and talk to people to get crutches. You're going to see the video in a minute. You're going to see the video of her going to the hospital, and that's crazy. To spoil it a little bit, basically, she stepped on a corner tile piece that was jagged in the hotel, and she cut the bottom of her foot open, the bottom of her toe open, her big toe. So, oh man, now, and I remember this too. We got locked out of our Bear B&B. We got locked out of our Bear B&B the first night, and I basically had to find a hotel at 3:30 in the morning for us. And at this hotel, this isn't shown in the vlog, but at this hotel, when we were going into the room, we definitely saw like a room full of prostitutes. One of the room other floors. It was crazy. I don't think they were doing anything, but I think they were just like living there or something. So that spoke highly to that 3:30 a.m. hotel we needed to get. I remember this too. I couldn't find a bowl, so I had to eat like cereal out of a cup. I saw the laptop wiggling, and I'm like, please don't shut my laptop. Ugh. Well, if anybody else is watching this later down the road or watching the replay, I hope that the coronavirus issue has dwindled down where you're at. I hope you're still taking precautions, but I hope everybody you know came out okay. It's just such a weird time. I don't even know. I don't even know what's to come after this. It's funny because for me, I'll probably be returning to the U.S. very late. I don't even know what it's going to be like. So as you can see, I was asking Meryl what it's like because I have no idea. I see snippets on the news here, but mainly it's focusing on Scotland stuff and UK stuff. So fun stuff. I actually so I should have saved this. I saw a diagram online the other day that actually showed the difference between like Great Britain, the United Kingdom, the British Isles, things like that. And it really gets complicated trying to think who's included in what. So yeah, if you ever want to know the difference, what to call it, Britain, United Kingdom, I think United Kingdom is the safety term that pretty much encompasses everything. But okay, so seeing this part in the video right now, where the people are going, "Oh, crazy," like there again. I was very worried to use that because technically I'm using that under fair use. I'm just using the same clip and kind of transforming it. But I think that was the first time I ever did something like that. And I'm really cautious to do it today because, I don't know, fair use is definitely something you can get around like asking for copyright permission for. But I don't like to use it that much because people can still be jerks about that and take you to court. It's crazy. Didn't I just. Do I have this double loaded? I may have double loaded this into my playlist. I think I double loaded this into the playlist, and I don't know why. Oh well. I just looked at the chat again, and I was like, "Who's Meryl Bliska?" I'm dumb. That's Meryl. I know her picture on the profile, and I know the name Meryl, but I was like, "Who's this?" And instantly my brain was like, "Hackers," but no, Meryl changed her name. So. Oh goodness, I'm just a guy sitting out here in the cold and the wind for probably about another, I don't know, 20 minutes. I go with 30 minutes. That's not bad. I might sit out here for another 30. I don't even know what time is it here. Scotland time is 7:50. It's probably going to be light for another hour or so. Oh man, this internet is working so much better than the one in the apartment. The one in the apartment was like off and on and off and on again, and just it said excellent quality for like 5 seconds, and then it just shut down. The wife is in a contract with the internet provider here. I think it's like EEG, something like that. But they're just awful. We called them the other day to get the internet fixed, and we had been going for 3 days where the internet would maybe about 5 times an hour just cut out. No reason, just cut out. And we got them on the phone, and they're like, "Oh, do this, do that." Basically, had us, you know, same tech support stuff like is it plugged in and things like that. And finally, they had us reset the modem, which could have been the issue, but I doubt it. I'm thinking somebody with them forgot to turn something on, forgot to press a button because, or press the button because it was just never done anything like that for the last 3 days, and then all of a sudden it started having issues. But anyway, they they sent us a bunch of cords and stuff in the mail to use for the modem, and it was just so it was just like I swear it was cover up that they screwed up. It just it was they did nothing. We haven't even plugged them in. It's like we made the phone call. All of a sudden, the guy kept his cool, but pressed the button or fixed whatever it was. He didn't admit that they screwed stuff up. Oh, I remember this place. I wish I knew the name of this crepe place because it was so good. It's somewhere within like 1 to 2 blocks away from the Eiffel Tower. It's like 2 blocks away and take a right up a side street. Can't remember it, but the guy like all he does is crepes, dessert, and regular, and that's it. That's the menu. But it's super good, and I think Kelly Kelly ordered something that's not really a crepe, but it's like super easy to make with the same ingredients from crepes. So other than that, like one, maybe two things, all they do is specialize in crepes. It was so good. Oh, and there's a random vlog where I lost my headphones in Toulouse and I had no idea where they went. That was crazy. I moved like 5 feet, couldn't find my headphones at all. Like I didn't even know I pulled them out of me. But yeah. Oh, in the House of Vans. Okay, this is cool. This is actually a little bit of skateboarding. This is a really fun time. In a random bike race in the middle of London. But in this one, I go looking for the House of Vans, and it is a very difficult place to find. It's incredibly difficult to find. It took me so long, and it had me going down sketchy alleys with like all sorts of like graffiti going. People graffitiing the underbridge as I'm walking there, but I guess they not encourage it, but don't care. Very strange. But I thought I was going to get mugged. Ah, yeah, I remember that. Big Ben. Actually, I went back there in a later vlog, a vlog that got like lots of views for whatever reason. But Big Ben is under construction, or it may still be currently under construction. And I found that out last time I went back to London. Yeah, you absolutely normally couldn't do it. Normally, that street is filled with cars, and to double the danger, the cars are on the opposite side of the road from where I'm normally. Really, that is one of the most dangerous things about visiting the United Kingdom. As an American or somebody from another country where they drive, on our normal side of the road, it's just really, I grew up ingrained into my head from a young age, from kindergarten, when police would come in and talk to us about safety issues, look left, right, left. But when you come to the United Kingdom, you have to look right, left, right. And it sounds easy, but when you get here, force of habit takes over and you will not look the proper way. And it can be an eye-opening experience the first time you get honked at for stepping into the street without looking. In some places, I think in Dublin or Northern Ireland, can't remember where I went to, but they actually had to spray paint it on the ground, look right, just so tourists would do that. But so just watch out when you go to the UK for that. Yeah, watch out when you go to the UK for that. I think they also do it in the Caribbean in some islands, but just watch out in British colonies and in the UK. I liked I liked the House of Vans too, because I want to say, was it free? I want to say it was free, but I don't fully remember. Maybe it was in the video a moment ago, but I know they gave me a wristband and made me sign something. But and I think they also do concerts and things in there too, so that's pretty awesome. They were fully set up to do like a small concert venue. All right, so I had to check. I should check when I should have checked it earlier, but the wife has a good point. She said, "Jump over on Facebook and let some people know that you're here." So I'm going to do that while some of these videos run. I still got the browser open at Oklahoma. Yikes! Sounds good. All right, hold on a sec here. Ah, I'm typing, but I can hear that. I remember we almost died. I remember we almost died. That was fun. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Thank you to the wife for the good idea to let everybody know. Oh, oh boy. All right. What was going on here? What were we talking about? Exactly my point. The inflatable woman that the guy took out of the bag check. That is one of the reasons why I started vlogging. Because as I said, no one would believe me. Like part of the reason I started vlogging is because with my life and my luck, I see crazy, crazy stuff like that every so often. And it's just so off the wall. It's so hard to explain. Words don't do it justice. But that was one of the times I was like, oh yeah, this was a good idea. This is why I started a vlog. And asking what was my favorite city on that trip. Favorite city on that trip. In Prague? Or the whole. Oh, sorry, in Prague. The whole trip. Let's see. Immediately, I'm thinking not not Torino because we got stuck with the train there and had to buy an expensive hotel that they didn't reimburse us for. Um, man, that's a good question. Uh, favorite city. I would have to say maybe what is it? Where's Pompeii? Pompeii is the city, but before Pompeii is Mount Vesuvius is right near there. Naples. Naples? I think it's Naples. Naples was one of my favorite places. Naples was really cool, and it was just nice to go swimming there and see Mount Vesuvius, and just uh, the restaurants were really good. So I enjoyed Naples on that trip. For those of you who don't know, this trip involved we went to God, I'm trying to think where did we start? They met me in Paris, and from Paris we went to Italy, Germany, Italy, Germany, Italy, Germany, and then I think we flew to the UK. I think that's it. I mean, I might be slightly off, but so yeah, yeah. Geez, no. I mean, it's all in the vlogs, but I can't remember the exact cities. Um, I think in Naples we also went into a museum, and it was weird. They had this weird like ancient Roman sexcapades exhibit or something like that, and that was just like, what? What did we walk into? So, uh yeah, and here's the hospital that wouldn't give Kelly Joe crutches. So, Yep, that is the notorious injury. All right. Oh, Hungarian hospitals. How we love them. They were they were interesting. I think I talk about it in the blog, but we actually got there. We went out of the way to go to this particular one. There was another hospital that was closer to us, but for whatever reason, we were sent by hotel staff to this one. And when we got there, they said they why didn't we go to the other hospital, which we didn't know? And they said they might not be able to treat us because we're not from that quarter of the city, which didn't even make sense because we weren't even from the city. So, sorry, I'm just looking. There's seagulls fighting over there about something. I don't know what they're fighting about, but I don't know if you can see them on the roof. I'm on the webcam. I can't zoom in. But, yeah, that's St. Andrews for you. Whoa, that was a weird, like, deja vu kind of feeling. I just spun the camera around, saw the truck passing, and thought I was on the street with it. Weird. Really weird. Like Inception stuff. There you go. $53 US for getting her foot bandaged up in the, I don't know if it was the emergency room, but it was definitely the hospital. So Christina was asking about that. So, yep, 53 53 forint or $53, whatever it was, forint, the currency of Hungary. And yeah, compared to US healthcare, it was a lot cheaper. That was the one thing, or not one thing. There was many things I liked about living in Europe, but the healthcare system, the the word care is actually in healthcare as opposed to some places in the U.S. Um, yeah, and especially if you didn't have a job, you could still get a hospital visit. You'd be okay. So Meryl is back. Good to see you again, Meryl. Oh boy, catching up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What did we talk about? And oh, one of the things we were asking is, Meryl, are you a vegan or are you just cooking vegan? That was one thing we were kind of asking. 'Cause that was just before you left. I said I caught you eating a BLT the other day. So, and yes, that is super cheap. I agree. But other than talking about veganism and whether you were or not, we are watching as we go through my Euro trip here. We're kind of going backwards, going from the end to the front. We're somewhere in the middle right now. But basically, this was a Euro trip I took in 2017. We went from France to Italy to Germany and then flew to the United Kingdom. Just cooking 2 meals. Okay, cool. So kind of like I'd call that the fractional veganism, if you will. That's pretty healthy. Um, and I call it fractional veganism because back in high school, I did something I called fractional vegetarianism, where I worked in a job that gave me a meal, and I couldn't change what they offered me because I was on a late night shift. But basically, I had 3 meals a week that were non-vegetarian, but the rest of the time I was just vegetarian. I don't think I could ever do veganism because, oh my gosh, I can't give up cheese. So wow, that's impressive, Meryl. You doing the plant-based thing? Kudos to you. That is really hard. But I'll tell you one thing for sure. One of my signs of people who really know what they're doing in the kitchen is if you can make one of my signs of people who really know what they do in the kitchen is if you can make an amazing vegetarian or vegan dish, that means you absolutely know what you're doing. Because I can only imagine what you can do with meat if you can make like plant-based stuff taste amazing. So very cool. Are you doing so? So Meryl's doing the vegan thing. Were you doing it like for doctor's orders? Or? Oh my goodness. And also, I want to know. This is kind of a stupid question, but do, does honey? I think I had this question. Somebody might have answered it. A vegan might have answered me long ago for it. Does honey count as vegan? I don't know. Oh yeah, no doubt. I'll bet you cook amazingly, Meryl. That's yeah. So again, people seeing this, if you want to go and check out Meryl's cooking, like it's just so simple and probably so good. Like if you can cook vegan well, anything, you're top notch. You're healthy. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. I need to start getting back into that. Like I in Scotland, I've been like on a health kick where I've been exercising a lot, but just the diet has gone off the rails. Like the wife will tell you, I've become like the cookie monster lately. I don't know what it is. I'm turning 40 in a month, and I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden I have cravings, like insane cravings for chocolate chip cookies. I don't know whether it's like a midlife crisis thing, but right now, like healthy eating, I'm so darn far from it. So yeah. Um, and actually, I should ask you this, Mel. What's your favorite vegetable? If you're like vegan, like you've got to have like a favorite vegetable. That's right. See, I knew I wasn't crazy for thinking honey was. Yeah. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. Somebody probably gave me a similar answer long ago, but like I totally forgotten it, and I was like, it's not technically part of the animal, but it comes from the animal, and it's I don't know, it's so weird. Yeah, healthy healthy stuff. Now I it's funny. It's like maybe Meryl will agree with me on this, but like as far as like healthy eating goes, I see a lot of people go to like those fancy Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and things like that. But I mean, if you just go to your local store and get like regular stuff, you can do pretty good. I got my friend Stephanie does all this kind of like eating like that. And, you know, I don't know necessarily know if you need to go and do stuff like that. Carrots, lettuce, tomato, squash. That's a good one. I do like my squash. Squash is a favorite. I like squash because it's super darn simple to make. Like I'll go and get a butternut squash, quarter it, well, half it, carve out the insides, quarter it, throw it in the oven for like, well, they do take forever. It takes like 55 minutes in the oven, but that is my favorite, like super easy thing to do. Like butternut squash, skin and all. I'll just eat it, cut the stem off, cut the base off, and there's like some people will put is it cinnamon? Some people will put cinnamon on it, but I just throw butternut squash in the oven like 55 minutes, and then I'll just eat the heck out of it. It's so good. And also, what was it? Just last year, and this is why I should get back into things. I started doing. I bought a spaghetti make, not a spaghetti maker, one of those devices where you take like a squash or a zucchini and you make pasta out of it by turning the vegetable on that. I got one of those, and I'll tell you, some of that with like good sauce is just top notch. I could eat that all day. That is really good stuff. So, um, sorry, I'm just zoning out. Kelly just said the beer is bigger than her head, and that was like 100% accurate. 100% accurate. That was like Germany was the land of like all foods bigger than Kelly Joe's head. Spiralizera? Okay, Meryl, call me stupid, but are you is that the name of the device that I make the pasta with, or is that another vegetable? I don't know because I can see it going either way. Oh, spiralizer. I Sprealizera is what you. I thought Sprealizera was like a fruit or a vegetable. I am a silly person. Yeah, yeah, those pretzels in Germany were something else. And I mean, the best part of those pretzels is when they bring them to you, they are like hot out of the oven. And I'm not a fan of pretzels. I mean, I'll eat them. Not a fan though. But when they bring something like that straight out of the oven to you, oh, that was so good. Yeah, this kid. No worries, Meryl. It was just really funny for me to read because it could have well been. I mean, with you and the vegan cooking, you might know like tons of vegetables I don't know. But okay, I got you now. I am just so dumb. Oh man. Oh goodness. Yeah. So we're just watching. That's part of the German trip. My friend Kelly Joe just started randomly talking to this guy who was like laughing, and he had like 7 things of mayonnaise on him, and we don't know why, and he was just explaining that. Fun fact though, before we got on the train, I think she made out with that guy. So that's an added behind the scenes. Yeah, I agree, Meryl. Pretzels are absolutely only good fresh. Like that's the way to do it. Oh, and here we are in Naples. Okay, so my wife was on here earlier asking what my favorite part of the trip was, and this is it. Naples. Naples was a lot of fun. Um, it's funny because like we were swimming in the water and they had like Mount Vesuvius right there. Somebody's in the chat. Who's saying that? Oh, hello, Aaron. Good to see you. How's the lockdown in Texas, Aaron? Oh man. But yeah, so sorry, Meryl, I'm getting blasted by the wind here. Again, I'll show you guys. I'm sitting outside. This is what I'm dealing with. Like it's probably like a 15-mile-an-hour wind right now. So yeah, having fun in the 15-mile-an-hour wind, and I've been out here actually just as I said that. It's been 1 hour, so should have been out here a little earlier, but I was fighting with the internet. Now, Aaron, you're in Houston and you're in Texas. Meryl's from Oklahoma. Have you ever, being somebody from Texas, have you ever driven through Oklahoma? And is it rightfully called Oklahoma? Is my nomenclature correct there? I'm trying to think. Being that Meryl's into cooking, Meryl, we had a lot of good pasta in Italy. But actually, you'll appreciate this. I don't know if we've seen it. It may have been in the previous vlog, but one of the things that I had that was absolutely amazing in Naples, and I'm hoping it shows it. We went out to dinner, and they had an appetizer that was just carrots, like straight up just carrots, but with like a buttery glaze on it. And I know that's not truly vegan; it kind of defeats the purpose. But whatever the Italians at this restaurant did to these carrots was insane. Like I, you ate them like candy. So Aaron says things are slowly open. Aaron, are you allowed to go to barbershops and hair salons yet, or is that like are people still cutting their own hair? I'm waiting here in Scotland for that to happen because like the sides, I don't know if you can see it, the sides of my hair are growing out weird just because, my wife had to cut it. But hey, I guess it's better than being bald right now. I look horrible bald. I did it once back in college, and I'll probably never do it again. Sorry, I'm watching two seagulls fight over. I don't know what they're fighting over there. I'm watching two seagulls fight over looks like a piece of a baguette. Oh, you can get your hair cut. Oh, I'm envious. I'm envious you can get your hair cut. That Crazy. So, but yeah, getting the haircut. I'm super jealous of you. Yeah. So Aaron is one of my pals that we play Jackbox. For people watching, if you haven't tuned into the channel before, occasionally, mainly I do the vlog thing, but occasionally I'll do Jackbox gaming. So Meryl, you're more than welcome to. I'll give you a shout out next time we do Jackbox gaming. I basically just turn it on, and as long as the stream doesn't lag, I'll do that from time to time. We have a fun game night. It saved a lot of our sanity during the crazy quarantine. But Aaron's been there 2 for 2. And Aaron, you were also there last time I was here when I did the crazy Scottish food challenge. So that was fun. There's it's actually one of the other live streams I've got posted. I did it like God, it was like a 6-hour eating challenge where I just did like mystery what's under the plate. Oh, this one, Meryl. This is the one that has those. Oh my God, those are the most amazing carrots I've ever eaten in my life. Oh man, those carrots. I mean, the spaghetti in the pasta was all good, but those carrots, wow, next level. I've never sat there and be like, I mean, that's all it was. It was like a carrot salad minus the salad, so to speak. But whatever they did was unbelievable, unbelievable. It was really good. Okay, so going back to the haircut thing, Aaron's saying, yeah, you got to wear masks and you got to. I guess that's understandable. Um, make appointments. Yeah. Are they only letting like one person in the salon or shop at a time? When's the next game session? Aaron's asking. Um, hold on, one sec. Random. This dude thinks I have food. This little seagull over there thinks I have food, and I just want to make sure he doesn't steal my memory drive. So please don't. The sea the seagulls around here can get pretty aggressive. I don't want them to fly off with my stuff. But oh yeah, next Jackbox. I can do it sometime soon. It's just the trick is it's just always trick is number one connection speed. My internet in my house is terrible, and number two, it's the damn time difference. As you know, I'm like I think what time zone is Houston on, Aaron? And actually, Maryland's probably the same. What time zone? You're Central Mountain. El Paso is Mountain. I don't think is Houston. What time zone is Houston on? Anyway, um, the point of the matter is that I'm like probably anywhere from 5 to 8 hours ahead of you. So I'm like in the future, and it's hard to do things because I'll have to be up till like 3 a.m. to do a normal time for everybody else. Meryl is taking off. Meryl, thanks for watching. It was awesome hanging out with you. And thanks for coming back. I really appreciate it. Very cool to talk with you. Again, everybody check out Meryl, and technically now Meryl is cooking over on her channel. Check it out. Vegan cooking at its finest, and awesome person in general. The wind getting colder now. Central time. Okay, yeah. So I am 6 hours ahead of you. And that answers your question why it's been complicated to try and do one. I mean, I can definitely do one, but we will have to see. I can definitely do one. I need to round it up. Like Joe and the other people have been trying to do some, but it's always like they want to start. Everybody gets out of work, understandably, and it's like 3 a.m. here. So many people so many people are doing things at like normal U.S. time that I can't take part in, and it sucks. So, oh boy, fun stuff, fun stuff. But what else is new and different with Miss Erin lately? You can get your hair cut. That's fantastical. I'm super envious of that because, like I said, I'm dealing with this. Um, yeah, tell me other things. Where am I? I am beside the library. Hold on a sec. The wife looking for me. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, oh, you mean in the video with the water? Okay, I thought you were over here looking for me. Um, I'm walking to like look for you. That was Naples, I believe. Yeah, that was Naples. Naples, which they called Napoli. Oh, and those trains in Naples, those trains in Italy, trains, buses, everything. Rome and Naples were so difficult to get around. Nobody had a map of where the buses and the trains went. And I'm thankful they have a public transit system, but when you don't have a map of where things go, that's just crazy. Wait a minute, the mineral Aaron is saying the animation was told to watch, the mineralogy is incorrect? Do tell. What was Can you give me a specific example of how the mineralogy was wrong? We're geeking out here with minerals, but we did find out earlier in the stream that the state mineral of Oklahoma is barite, and that their uh, state rock is red rose. There's some kind of thing I'll have to figure out there because I don't know if they know the difference between rocks and minerals or differentiate the state. But we also found out that the Oklahoma was a Choctaw word and it means red people, which is very un-PC, but whatever. But tell me more about this mineral issue. Fix the. I gotta fix the camera here again. I gotta see what the temperature is here. It's getting colder. The sun's going down and it's definitely getting colder. I'm still paying attention there, and I gotta find out what is the temperature here. St. Andrews weather Fahrenheit. It's got 13 Celsius, 55 degrees Fahrenheit out here. My Canadian friends would tell me I'm a sissy, but you know. Oh, you were just amused. Okay, I thought you were saying that they got the mineralogy wrong. I see. I see. With the animes, never really got big into anime. I don't know. I think I tried to watch. What was it? Akira. I think everybody. I remember back maybe like high school, early college. Everybody was nuts about Akira, and I went and I watched it, and I was just like, eh. People are gonna hate on me for that, but to each their own. Huh. Looking at YouTube, and my friend Alejandro has actually found me on there and subscribed. That's cool when you have a real person you know that jumps on your channel. Thanks, Alejandro. Appreciate it. And then my YouTube buddy Eric just got an electric bicycle, which that was pretty awesome. He runs a channel called This Is Eric, and he's guys, he's good. If you ever get a chance, go over there and see This Is Eric. He's got some great stuff going on in his channel. I mean, it's like his edits are phenomenal. He doesn't. I don't think he does it weekly, but when he does put them out, they're really good. This part in Naples frustrated me so badly because all of the textbooks that I had in history class showing those people were like way better. And it's like, I understand why they put a glass in front of it, but it just ruined all my pictures. And then I thought there would be like hundreds of people or something like casted in the volcanic ash, but there was like 6 there. I was told that there's other locations where there's more people, but I don't even, we did not go to that, and I don't know where they were, but it's interesting for what it was, but like it was way overplayed in every history book I ever had. Than that notch. But Aaron, have you okay? So with this anime, have you been like binge watching it? Is there a show that you've just absolutely binge watched during the quarantine lockdown? Because I'll tell you, I have watched some shows that I just haven't watched in a while. Like I think I saw a friend on Facebook asking for recommendations on shows to see, or not shows, movies to see. And some of that intrigued me to go back and rewatch some movies I haven't watched in a long time. So I watched like the 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I went and I watched what else was there? The 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I watched 1997 Cube. Fantastic movie, like super, super underrated. It's one of those movies that people either love or hate. But if you're watching this, check out the movie Cube from 1997. And it's just this like crazy death trap maze that people find out they wake up in and they have no idea how they got there. So that was one. What else? There was something else I watched that was just. I watched some movie about the Gumball Rally, the supercar race. So that was pretty awesome. And then there was one other movie that I watched that I'm forgetting it now, but I was like, it, when I saw it the first time, I was like, and I just figured I'd give it a rewatch. It's gonna drive me crazy for the rest of the stream what that movie was. I remember looking for the shoes box. This was some Scooby Doo stuff right there. I mean, that was just I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so throughout the lockdown, I wouldn't say. I mean, there's people watching so many movies. I got to get caught up on maybe about 10 movies that I haven't seen in a while, and I wanted to watch Lord of the Rings, but even with that, I'm just not a fan. Lots of wind. Even with the Lord of the Rings trilogy, like I just can't watch that. Like more wind. I can't watch that. I can only watch the very last one. Like the Return of the King is the only one I can do. So yeah, catching up on the Crown. The Crown. Do I know the Crown? I don't think I've ever seen the Crown. You You know what? That's wildly appropriate for the setting you watch the movie Outbreak. I think I heard somebody else saying that. Outbreak. Good choice. Good choice. Or another good one might be like 12 Monkeys. That's a pretty good one. I know there's like disease spreading in that movie too. But oh, The Matrix. That was the other one I watched. I watched The Matrix, but I watched all three of them. So I watched the Matrix trilogy. And I know everybody's going to jump out at me and scream at me for that. But as far as The Matrix goes, first one was fantastic. Unbelievable. Absolutely mind blowing when I saw it in the theater. But the other two, that's where I had the craving to watch them, like The Matrix Revolutions and Matrix, whatever the second one was. Um, those got horrible. Well, I didn't think they were amazing back then, but I mean, I watched them like early 2000s, still in college, couldn't really focus on, you know, I was they had high standards to fill and high shoes and big shoes to fill, and they just I don't know. I wanted to give them another chance, and they were just even years later they were just meh. So I ranked them maybe a few points higher than I originally did, but oh boy, Villard is here. You shut your evil mouth. Oh my. If you're referring to me shutting my evil mouth with reference to Lord of the Rings, I'm just going to have you refer to the scene from Clerks 2 where it is addressed, and that does more than enough. Randall's speech in Clerks 2 does more than enough justice for talking about Lord of the Rings if that's what you're talking about. And again, I'm a fan of Return of the King, but just the first two. I mean, and then what even made it more crazy is when they tried to make The Hobbit. They tried to make it like a 9-hour film. I think I've just alienated all of you. Just wait, how to alienate your live stream audience 101. I think that's just what I did. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You know what, Aaron? When you say paleontology class, that's funny because that's actually cringing me out too. Because that I remember I had to sit through that in college, and that was just like, oh, it was just all I remember is tables filled with fossils. So Villard has watched all the. Okay, so here's my take on this, and tell me if you agree on this or not, Villard. Here's my take on things. If you're going to do the Lord of the Rings trilogy, my take would be if you really want a day out of it, watch the original animated Hobbit film, like 1980, maybe late 70s. Watch the animated one. It's over and done with like an hour and a half, and then do the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Because that way you're like looking at maybe like 10 hours in a single day. It's doable. But if you ever try to watch all the Hobbits and all the Lord of the Rings, is that what you did? And if so, how long does that take? That's got to take 14 plus hours. You also watch the Marvel Comics universe in chronological order? Are you kidding me? Oh, Aaron's got me beat. Captain Marvel. Okay, again, how to alienate your live stream audience. I got to tell you guys, I'm not a super huge fan of the Marvel Comics universe movies. However, I did like, was it Infinity War, the one where Thanos snapped and everybody started disappearing? That one was okay. Other than that, I'm sorry, there's just been, from my taste, and I know other people who share this opinion, there's been too many Marvel movies, too many superhero movies. Like seriously, what do we have? Like we have at least like 5 Hulks, 8 Batmans. And I know Batman's not Marvel. Batman's DC. Yeah, I know. But still, my point is all these superhero movies. Split it into okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna say 'cause that's my problem with like these huge, insane trilogy movies. Like, it if you have to watch all of them, like if you can't watch all of them in a single day, I don't know. The only one that I think is okay to do that with is Harry Potter, but even that, like, that's tough to watch in a day too. Villard, what is your favorite Marvel movie out of curiosity? Because if you watch them all, you definitely know, like, you got to have a favorite. Which I'm trying to think. I don't know if I could pick a favorite. Yeah, yeah. There's a little bit of lag, but Villard just said like 17 Spider-Mans. Oh my goodness. Marvel comic universe. Crazy. I really I'm trying to still think on that. Like the one I liked is like the I guess the one I liked was like the Infinity War one. Captain America Civil War or excuse me, Captain America 3 Civil War and Black Really? I okay. Again, alienating your last year buddies. I have not seen Black Panther other than his cameo in the Infinity War one. And Aaron, I have not seen Captain Marvel or whatever that was. Um, yeah, yep, definitely didn't see that. I'm a bad man. I think though. Oh, actually, you know what I did watch maybe about 6 months ago? This is going to bring you guys back. 6 months ago, I actually had a craving to watch Spawn. Like, was that 1990 something Spawn? Where, what's the guy's name? I know John Leguizamo played the clown in it, which is fantastic. I love that. But um, White is his last name. It's a black guy, but his last name is White. What was his name? At least I think that's his name. Stephen Jai White. Is that right? Anyway, Spawn. Oh, geez, the moan. Um, did did you see that he actually passed, Aaron? I got an email that guy actually passed away. Villard, your fun fact for Lord of the Rings is that I want to say there is what is it a moon? I think there's a moon around Saturn, an orbital moon around Saturn. That I think everything on that moon they named after Middle Earth. I cannot remember the name of it, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Yeah. So going back to the Spawn conversation, uh, it was interesting. It's got a weird retro vibe when you go and see the Spawn movie or when you rewatch the Spawn movie. Um, I always, as a music guy, you'll appreciate this. I always relate it to Filter and the Crystal Method teaming up for "Trip Like I Do." It was such a solid song. Um, but the movie itself, it was fair for. I think it holds up over the test of time in a retro-ish fashion. Oh, Aaron says 92. Is it not? Was it 92? Wow. And wasn't okay. Hold on. I'm gonna ask you. Comicstorian and Comics Explained, says Aaron. Clearly, that's not my forte. I'm not taking on comics. I don't know enough. I watch Mallrats. They talk about comics a lot in there. Brody was obsessed with superhero genitalia. Remember that movie? Now that was a great movie. Brody was actually played by professional skateboarder Jason Lee. Oh wow, you weren't a fan of the filter after that? Crazy. I remember everybody was freaking out because like way back in the day, everybody freaked out when Run DMC teamed up with Aerosmith and they did Walk This Way, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Filter and Crystal Method, yeah, it's gonna be like the next big thing." It was pretty big for its time. It got serious radio play, but okay, I got it wrong. Aaron's calling me out. I'm sorry, Aaron. I tip my cap to you. It's Ghost Rider, not Death Rider. I'm sorry. I don't know. Nicolas Cage, talented actor, but I just can't envision him in the superhero role, especially as like Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider. Boy, did I get that one wrong. I should have done more comic book studies. Oh man. Actually, you know what if you guys are still locked down or if you're looking for something else to do, you know what my recommendation is? You should do they call it I think they call it the New Jersey trilogy, but there's more than just three now. All the Kevin You should do the Kevin Smith films. That that'd be awesome. Aaron says doubly Into the Spider Verse was great. I actually heard good things, but haven't seen Into the Spider Verse. Is that the one where there's like all different versions of Spider Man coming together? It's animated, right? Yeah, it just got slightly warmer because the wind stopped for a minute. That's good. All of the Spawn soundtrack, they just meshed together grunge or rock grunge and Euro techno. I guess. I mean, I'm trying to think. Hold on, I'm going to go to the internet and see who else was on that because I don't know. I only know. I mean, they really overkilled Trip Like I Do. I mean, it was a great, in my eyes, it was a great song. But who else was on that? The heck else was on the Spawn's '97 Spawn soundtrack? Who was on that? Of course, the first one came to Trip Like I Do. Uh, Manson and the Sneaker Pimps. That's a weird one. Orbital and Kirk Hammett. Wow. Yeah. First. Let me look and see. Do I did any of these songs ever really get big? Prodigy. Prodigy's on there with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. Slayer was on there with Atari Team. So, okay, hold on. This is the craziest thing. So I just looked, and the Spawn soundtrack from 1997. It's got like Marilyn Manson, um, for hard rock side. Marilyn Manson. I saw Henry Rollins on there. Stabbing Westward, Silverchair, Slayer. They're all on there. Um, but down the very end, down the very end of it all, Soul Coughing with Roni Size, like Roni Size being the techno half, but Soul Coughing. That seems. I need to. This soundtrack seems so interesting. I need to get my hands on this because this deserves a re-listen. I never had the soundtrack, but heard it in the film, and just to hear what this is the most interesting mix that I've seen as a soundtrack ever. You're right; they're just slamming together hard rock with techno. But I mean, they've got some pretty big players in here. Like the One Man Army song, Prodigy and Tom Morello is on there, and then like Josh Wink with Stabbing Westward, Metallica with DJ Spooky. Like for who that actually sounds really damn interesting. Aaron says, "Way to go, New Jersey." Yeah, um, yeah. So, wow, that's just yeah, that is a really trippy soundtrack. I need to like review that at some point. Wow, that's bizarre. That's just super bizarre. Like that. Wow, I never knew. I guess I didn't pay attention. I was more focused on the movie, but yeah, I agree with you, Dillard. Like 100%. Like that is. I don't know if we would ever see a soundtrack like that again. Like that's just way. Yeah. Do you own the Spawn soundtrack? Because that is so. Oh wow, CD stores. Yeah, they're still kind of a thing from time to time. I always remember those like back in the '90s, those music listening stations and things like that. That was wow. Although where I grew up, we had a music store that it was called Newbury Comics. This is a like kind of a local local chain of comic books and music. It was a great place. Actually, you both, based on the conversation we had, would love this. If you ever go to Northeast U.S., look for Newbury Comics, and they had like listening stations. But also, if you bought like $25 worth of CDs or something, they would give you something called a Wicked Good sampler, and it would be like a CD that had like I don't know, like 18 like up and coming bands on it, and they vetted the hell out of it. It was really good. Like they made sure that the people appearing on that were like the cream of the crop. Like it was really good. It was one of my most listened to CDs in all of high school, and I wish there was a way to like. I'll have to check eBay. I'm sure you can track it down. It was really good. Like just it was like a crazy mix of everything from like techno to hard rock. I remember like who was on there? Fu Manchu was on there. Cool Bone on the rap side. There was one that had like the Insane Clown Posse when they were just coming big. Uh, there was really cool mellow stuff. Uh, there was a band called Numb that did a song called Fat, which like they were so underdogged in by the industry. I've never heard anything else of theirs, but it was a really solid song. Oh, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. All right. Wait. So, hold on. One sec. Did I? That's weird. That's really weird. So, Will is saying 1992, but at the same time, I'm over on IMDb said Spawn soundtrack is 1997. I don't know. They must get it wrong. That's really weird. Very strange. I don't know. That's beyond me. But and Will, what is your number one Kevin Smith New Jersey style film? For me, okay, so Aaron, excellent choice with Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. For me, it's kind of like a tie between Clerks 2 and Mallrats. And that's just because if you've ever seen the movie Mallrats, like Brody's character is just awesome. I love that guy. The only time the whole series, like Jay and Silent Bob are awesome, but for me, Brody trumps those guys. And the only time somebody can compare is at the beginning of Chasing Amy when they're at the comic book session and like the tirade by the black guy who's like goes off on the Star Wars trilogy and whatnot. Like when he played Banky, that one line was amazing. Dogma was pretty good. I spoiler alert. I love how Dogma at the end was like Alanis Morissette. Like I was just like, what? At the time, I was dating a girl who was like obsessed with Alanis, and I was like, what the hell? Didn't even see that coming. So I think Dogma counts. I actually, what was it? I was watching an interview. I don't know. YouTube pops up the most random stuff in the playlist, but it suggested an interview with Jason Mewes from Livewire. And Mewes was saying that like when he was doing Mallrats was his first like big studio movie, and they almost didn't have him in the position. They almost hired not Fred Savage, Seth Green. They almost hired Seth Green to play like Jay in Mallrats, and that would just be so different. I mean, Seth Green's all right, but like he could not do Jason Mewes. I, I don't know. I don't know what his actually. I struggle to think he could do it. But anyway, he was saying the execs at Universal Pictures were so nervous because he wasn't a full-on actor that they almost didn't put him in the film, and they sent the producers to the set to watch him the very first day. And I think, fun fact, they said the first scene in Mallrats was the scene where him and Silent Bob were just like crazy dancing outside the pet store. Dogma, the thing with Dogma for me though was it involved a lot of thinking. Like you really kind of had to think about that one more, and the others were just straight up like just crazy debauchery and shenanigans. Oh, it's all right, Aaron. I did not know. I thought IMDb was wrong, or they had a really weird thing going on with the soundtrack. With I also like the scene in Mallrats where like Brody runs into Stanley and he just starts talking about superhero sex organs, and Stanley is like, "Dude, what do you want?" That was pretty good. All right, guys, I got to stretch my back for a minute. Hold on. Ah, all right, let's see what else you guys wrote here. Yeah, I seen Kevin Smith. Isn't he? He just got a lot of crowdfunding or something, or maybe studio funding. He's doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, and I think he does a. They're doing a YouTube, also a podcast. So, and I think they're doing a tour of it. I don't know if that's over with. I'm not in the States right now, so I don't know. Ah, you like the development of the quest and the whatnot. I see. I mean, technically in Clerks 2, they were on a quest to find, the man and donkey show. So, I mean, does that count? Oh, that's horrible. Yeah. Oh man, that's pretty cool. I think when I saw the interview the other day, he said that Kevin Smith bought Muse a streaming backpack so he can do this. And I can only imagine if you gave that guy a streaming backpack and just let him loose. I mean, he's in Los Angeles a lot, so wow, that's just he's probably going to get into some situations for sure. Ah, my eye is watering. The wind is blowing directly in my eye, and my eye is watering here. Going back here. Sure, why not? What is the sure, why not? Ah, I see. Ah, okay. Jane, yep. Oh, the wind is blowing directly in my face. No worries, Villard. Awesome, man. I appreciate you hanging out for a bit. Very, very cool of you, and good shooting the breeze with you. And thank you for enlightening me to that whole 1997, not 92, Spawn soundtrack. Oh man. Let's see here. I'm just still trying to see temperature information on my end here. The sun is now going down and it's getting very cold, so oh man. Oh man. So what was I gonna say? Going back, I'm trying to think. We talked about Marvel Comics. We talked about Lord of the Rings. We don't need to talk about Star Wars because obviously that's huge. We talked about Harry. What's another good? What's another good sequence of movies? Terminator. Terminator was really good. Although I was talking to somebody the other day who said they hadn't watched Terminator. Maybe it was my buddy Marcus online. I don't know. But Aaron, what's another good like string of movies you can watch if you get like quarantined again next year at this time? I still can't believe that Will watched like all of the Marvel Comics universe movies. That's nuts to me. That's oh man. Like you say, 4 Spider-Man movies. Yikes. I remember that. Sorry, I'm just watching my stream in the background here. I remember that. That was some delicious juice. That was really good. It was really cheap. I think the fruit store was trying to get rid of the fruit that was going to go bad, and they cleverly did it by selling smoothies, which probably really helped them out. Actually, I'm going to check and see what time does the sun go down here because it is getting colder. Sundown. This still isn't as cold as like 2 weeks ago when I was out here in like the afternoon doing something, uploading a 5 GB video or something. But it's getting cold. Sundown, St. Andrews. I hope I didn't hit that into YouTube. Sets. My open. I don't want it to blow shut on me. 2133, which means I'm going to do math in my head. That is what is that? 9:30. Oh yeah. Okay, I guess that's and my clock is still on California time, so I got to do a lot of math in my head. Probably about 24 minutes. The sun's going down, so I think I'm going to stay on here for about another. Let's see, we're at 1:47:20. I think I'll stay on here just till the 2 hour mark, and then I'll log off because it's getting cold. I might be able to run this from inside the house, and if I can, I will. But the internet in house is awful, so we'll see. But at least I know that connecting to the library, I can run. And this computer is actually doing really good on battery. Like I had a full battery when I came out here, and I've been streaming for a while now. 1 hour and 27 minutes left, 40% battery, not bad. Oh yeah, you know what? That's no, yeah, excellent call on Jurassic Park franchise. I mean, some of them are like really stretching it. I wasn't a fan of the last one, and I think the internet even screamed at people like for that, like running away from a Tyrannosaurus in high-heeled shoes. Come on, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Star Wars. Star Wars is definitely a given. Star Wars. Um, is there an under the radar one though? Like, what's one that we wouldn't? Hold on. Let me jump on the internet. Maybe I can. What do you call that movie? There's the internet will probably tell us what Star Trek. Oh, that's where you and I differ, Aaron. You and I differ, Aaron. I can't do the Star Trek. Like I can do this. Maybe that's what I should do. I should watch the original Star Treks. But once we get to the next generation and stuff like that, I can't. I'm sorry. Again, this stream should be called alienating your live stream audience. I just can't do the Star Trek. I just unless it's like the original, and even then the movies on the original, I don't know. I don't know if I ever had any interest in watching it beyond this. I guess that's the best way to say it. I don't know if I have any interest in watching Star Trek other than the original TV series with Shatner and Nimoy. I don't think I have. Yeah, I did watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Yep, mentioned that earlier. Did watch that for sure. At least the first three, because then things started going crazy, and I don't know. Let me, with the few minutes we have here, though, we got about 10 minutes left. Let me jump off of here and see what else was there that was good. What the heck else was there? Movie, movie. I guess I'll type into Google marathon movies. It's probably going to give me running movies, but Planet of the Apes. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is a weird mix. Like I'm on YouTube right now, and it's a mix of like it's a mix of movies about marathons and actual movies that you could marathon the heck out of. Um, but Planet of the Apes is one that we hadn't talked about. Let's see what else they say. Okay, Marvel Comics Universe. Yup. Uh, no, go away. Stupid options. Reject all. Ooh, I love I love European internet. You can just reject all the trackers. Some sites are really jerkish about it, but Harry Potter, we talked about that. Star Wars, we talked about that. Indiana Jones is a good one. Wow. That was a really good one. Indiana Jones. We talked about Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. James Bond, we didn't talk about, but truthfully, I'm not really a fan. I know there's another James Bond coming out right now, but not really a fan of that. Jurassic Park, we talked about that. That was good. Rocky. That'd be an interesting one. I could go either way with a Rocky marathon. I don't know if I could necessarily. I don't know. I could probably do a Rocky marathon for sure. X-Men, yeah, Fast and the Furious, maybe. Richard Curtis, Hugh Grant collection. I don't know what that is. What is it? What? Notting Hill, Bridget Jones's Diary, Four Weddings. No, it's a little too chick flickish for me. But Rocky is a good one. Alien. Oh, Alien. Alien. How did I forget that? I love sci-fi. Alien. The Alien movies. Alien 3, but the rest, after Alien 3, everything kind of slid downhill a little bit. But Alien movies, Aaron, that's where it's at, if you ask me. Hacksaw Ridge, Aaron says. I don't know if I've seen Hacksaw Ridge, but Hacksaw Ridge. Oh, again, I'm zoning back into my stream running in the background here. This makes me want Indian food. But I think actually I have Indian food in my house, so that's good. But I'm at the age now where I can't eat it too late or my stomach will hurt, so maybe I won't have Indian food. Oh, now I got to start thinking about dinner. But yeah, well, here's the deal, Aaron. I think I'm going to start wrapping things up. The sun is going down in about 20 minutes, and I appreciate you coming out, and Will too. If you see this later, I appreciate you coming out. But Aaron, thanks for hanging out with me and chatting. You're making it much easier to endure the increasingly colder weather here and the wind blowing in my face. But I'm going to wrap this up shortly. And very cool talking with you. We will do some Jackbox for sure in the near future. I will make sure to send a notification your way when we do that. And anybody else watching this, you're more than welcome to join us for Jackbox party as well. I just need stable internet connection to do it with. So yeah, I'm going to stay on for like 5 more minutes here. Are you saying you haven't seen the Alien movies, Aaron? Wow, that's that's the case. That's crazy. More wind. It's funny. I'm zoning in to say zebra. Here they say zebra. But yeah, so I'm just gonna give this 5 more minutes and wait for the timer to run out. Thank you, Aaron. I will have a good rest of the day. And thank you to all of you, Will, Aaron, Merrill, everybody who came by. And to you all watching this in the future, if you watched it through the whole thing, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching the whole thing through. I really appreciate that. And if you miss me this time, maybe we can catch up another time. We can all talk together then. Plenty more movies to talk about, plenty more anything to talk about. And I'll just run my footage in the background. But it was very, very cool talking with Aaron and everybody else. So, all right. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll try and do this often as I can here, and I'll try and do it earlier. And hopefully, as the summer progresses, it'll be warmer. But I am just going to transition into the end screen here, and we will let this run out. So thanks again, Aaron, and everybody else. I'll catch you on the flip side. All right. Let me see here. All right. Okay. And we'll move it up here. Right. All right. So let's see here. I don't really have an end screen, so I'm going to end it with my bathroom screen. So thanks again for everybody coming and watching this and hanging out. Those who are in the live chat, everybody else. We'll do this again next time. Maybe I can have a theme or a topic or something, but we're going to transition into the bathroom timeout screen here. There we go. And I will stop my other one. Let's see here. We'll do this. All right. Well, I'll figure out the sound issue later, but thanks everybody for checking out this live stream. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you all on the next one. It is cold, wind is blowing in my face, and I'm about to go inside.